Alabama 1st and 10 on the 12. Again, Houston. He's got a hole. He's over. Alabama touchdown.
I'm just wondering if your listeners know how good a football player you were. I can still see you playing that fullback, knocking those players out of the way. And that, I believe I could have run behind you.
Martin, I can remember when we came to summer and you were playing fullback up there, and I saw you in the weight room and watched you work out in the weight room. If you could pick up, you were strong enough to pick up the whole weight room. I wanted to fix it, and our running back coach didn't take it. Biggest mistake we ever made.
The Martin Houston Show with national championship winning fullback Martin Houston, giving you 1 hour of intense, hard-hitting analysis from an insider's perspective. It's time for the Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports, Tide 100.9, and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Good morning. Welcome into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier on Tide 100.9 and 1230 a.m. WTBC. We're powered by Box Eye Care. Box Eye Care, 205-342-0660. You can find them online at boxeyecare.com. We'll be telling you a little bit more about them in the program, but they power us each and every day. And it's a Would You Rather wild card. What's up? What's on your mind Wednesday? And we'd love to have you get in on the program, and you can do that 205-342-9904. That is the Empowerment Strategies and Solutions Hotline. We speak, we coach, we train, we assess behavior. That's Empowerment Strategies and Solutions. I see Brian Squirrelin jumped on us early this morning. It must have been something good happened over in Athens yesterday, but big news in the SEC. We got lots of topics to get to. So want to remind you before we get into those topics that this truly is a day that the Lord has made. Let's rejoice and be glad in it. Take some time today to notice someone, love someone, serve someone, be the difference you want to see in the world today. And hey, listen, I mean, come on now. Let's get with it. Lots of topics to talk about. Big news on the hardwood. But our playbook today, review of Bama's massive win versus Mississippi State. 111 season high, 22 threes season high, 73 points for Mississippi State, 38-point win, I think a season high. Just a good game, defense, offense, substitution. Where do they go from here? Needed that type of game before Tennessee. We'll break all of that down. So, but we love you to get in on it. And you can do that by putting your thoughts, your comments, and your reactions in the chat on Facebook, facebook.com/The Martin Houston Show. Go out there, man, and like it, follow it, share it with your family and friends. Also, would you rather, since it's a Wednesday, would you rather Florida have been on a win streak X coming in next week, or would you rather them have taken the loss, the L that they have? And we'll talk about why. Sometimes you don't want a team to lose. You want them to be overconfident. But something that Florida's done that mirrors what Alabama did in their 2 losses, but much worse. Even though they won one, lost one, and I'll talk about what that is. Bama baseball bats. Oh my goodness, the dudes, their bats are crazy. We'll talk about that. But X, I'll also get your thoughts on what you think about. I won't taint your opinion, but on what the Alabama players did to to Ohio State after the win. I'll ask you your opinion on that. Also, just kind of a final thought section that we'll throw in there on topics that may become bigger, deeper, more, but we briefly hit on it yesterday. Women's hoops having a crazy season that we're just not talking about, I think, because we're so in love with the men's basketball, but they're quietly having the best season that I can remember since I was there. Coach Moody was the coach. That's been 30 years ago. But anyway, we briefly mentioned the best sport in the SEC, but we haven't had that conversation. Yesterday, X, I brought up that some teams are canceling the spring game. We got DC's thoughts on it. Do you ever see Alabama doing that? And then we'll talk about the spring game, and what we hope to see, et cetera, on the upcoming shows tomorrow and Friday. And then, of course, we'll be in spring ball next week. And then any thoughts as Combine is getting ready to kick off, et cetera. In the last conversation, which is driving me nuts. Well, also, I talked to X before I get to that conversation. I talked about the ESPN thing that I was so upset Saturday that I sent it to you. And then last night, it happened again. It wasn't as bad last night, but, so anyway, it just bothers me with this, what ESPN is doing. So, but my big thing, X, the tush push. Green Bay wanting to ban the tush push, and other teams probably jumping on the bandwagon. Talking about it's not safe. Have you ever seen anybody get hurt? I saw Chris, the big defensive guy for Kansas City get hurt on the play, but that was in the Super Bowl. How do I know that was not related to a whole year of playing football? You know what I mean? Like how, but them wanting to ban the tush push to me shows just how, anyway, they're talking about it's about player safety and all of this. Well, stop playing tackle. You want your players to be safe? Just stop playing tackle. Draft a 285-pound offensive lineman versus a 360. No one's talking, X, about why Philadelphia is better at the tush push than everybody else. No one's talking about who's the biggest quarterback in the league other than Jalen Hurts.
There's a lot of guys bigger than Jalen.
No, but who's the biggest? Josh Allen?
Josh Allen or Anthony Richardson, probably.
Right? Okay. So Anthony Richardson don't even count. He don't play enough to. He don't get to enough third and fourth and ones. Right? He don't get to enough fourth and ones.
Right.
But Josh Allen is probably the biggest quarterback in the league that's relevant. One of the bigger ones. And they're successful. No one talks about the fact that the Eagles' offensive line weighs 330 pounds average. Nobody talks about Landon Dickerson, Becton, and Jurgensen or Kelsey last year. No one, they're not giving those guys any credit, X. And just that alone makes them better at that play. But they have one other thing that I'm going to let you respond to the tush push. Then I'm going to tell you, I think it's absolutely unfair. I think it's targeting a team because if you can keep drives going on a consistent basis, you can run the Eagles offense. 3 yards, 3 yards, 3 yards, first down. That's why they don't like it. Go ahead.
No, when it comes to the tush push, I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Because the problem is that it's one team that's great at it. That's the issue. Because
The reason I brought up the Bills is the Bills are really good at it too. Between those two teams, they're averaging 87% first downs on the tush push.
Well, I think the Bills hurt that average then against the Chiefs with as many times as they got shut down on it. But really, it's because that plays a combination of things. It's the three guys that they have in the middle, whether it's being Kelsey, Jurgensen, Becton, Dickerson, even Tyler Steen, the other former Alabama offensive lineman that has played guard in this offense this year. But the other reason it's successful is because you got probably the strongest lower body quarterback in the league.
That's it. If your quarterback squatted 600 pounds, if your quarterback was stronger than every running back except for the guy that's on his team, then you'd be successful. How many times did Jalen Hurts get the first down and the guys behind him don't even touch him? Everybody acts like this all of this big. But my point is, why is that successful? Why can't the defense just line up X and push the same way that the offensive players push?
They can't get as low, apparently.
That's the point. They're saying, well, it's not really a skill set. It's really not a play. Well, I could say that about a screen. Why are we not getting rid of the screen play when 5 offensive linemen are bearing down on a defensive back? That is unfair.
Yeah.
Why are we not taking away the blitz from the game? I guarantee you more quarterbacks have been hurt by blindside pass rush than the tush push. So let's ban blitzing from the back side or the blind side of the quarterback because it's dangerous for the quarterback. Let's stop sending more guys. Let's not send 7 guys when they only have 6 to block. If you're coming free, stop rushing. I mean, it's the stupidest thing. What shocked me more than anything is McDermott even said he's concerned about the safety of the play. And I'm like, somebody needs to show me a whole bunch of statistics that say players are getting hurt at a regular basis. And to me, I think sometimes the players get hurt because their feelings get hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, lay on the ground.
Jalen's biggest hater.
Yeah, lay on the ground.
Jalen's biggest.
Got trucked.
Right. And of course, I heard James Jones, who played for the Packers back in the late 2000s, early 2010s, and Chase Daniels, who might be Jalen Hurts' biggest hater. But, it's about protecting the records and stuff like that, because Jalen's on track to obliterate the touchdown record by quarterback, rushing touchdown record by quarterback. He goes, you can run it. This was Chase Daniels. He goes, you can run it, except unless you get within the 2. Because it serves the sanctity of the records. That was his reason. Yep. That was my look when I heard him say it. He said, it's the records that I'm concerned about. So you make it where you got to give it to Saquon, or you got to throw that goal line fade.
What? See, that's the problem. But that's our society. That's the society we live in. Oh, please don't make people figure out how to stop something or come against something. Anyway, I just think I look at Jalen Hurts, and I wish I could find it. I've been trying to find it. I ran across this thing where they showed. Now, I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is Tom Brady, but they showed statistics-wise, Jalen Hurts was better at every single statistic X except for total touchdown passes. But he had like 30-something more touchdowns than Brady at this point in his career. His average yard per pass, his average per game, every statistic was ahead of Brady's except for passing touchdowns. But he has 40-something rush touchdowns, and was only a few behind him on pass. And Brady had like 2 rushing touchdowns, so he was blowing them out on touchdowns as well. Anyway, I hate that they're hating on my boy, but it hurts so good that Jalen Hurts is changing the game, and they've already tried to take it away. But here's the crazy part. If you take that play away, you have to take away every time somebody touches somebody from behind, because that's what they're trying to say, is it used to be against the rules to push somebody. Well, you know, I hate it when the linemen come and pick up a running back. Now, to me, that's not football. Picking up the other guy and carrying him, that's not football. But if you're going to do it, figure out how to make it work. If they're going to let it go. But I don't see how I don't see how you take the tush push or the brotherly shove and make it anything more than a quarterback. And I'm going to say this. If they stop the ability to have somebody behind the quarterback, Jalen Hurts will still get 75% or more of his quarterback sneaks, because it's the offensive line and Jalen Hurts' legs that make the difference. I know everybody want to talk Alabama hoops, so we're going to flip the switch when we come back on the other side and talk about that. I want to thank our great sponsors, Box Eye Care. Man, those guys are so awesome. Box Eye Care, you can find them online at boxeyecare.com. That great new location, laser vision correction, consultation, comprehensive eye care, dry eye treatment, diagnostic and treatment, so much more, and now even offering laser skin care. That's Box Eye Care. They're not your mom and daddy's vision eye care center. Check them out at boxeyecare.com.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. East on McFarland from Coker to Jack Warner Parkway, it's a 3-minute delay. North on Highway 69 from McFarland to Mitt-Larry Road, it's a 2-minute delay. Also on Highway 69 from Mitt-Larry Road to McFarland, it's a 2-minute delay. And watch for ongoing construction south on University Boulevard at 26th. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Tap into your well-being with Audible audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Expand your life with expert insight and motivation for better health, habits, relationships, finance, and more. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
We aren't a winning school. We are a championship school. And we make legends. Join the Crimson Tide as they look to continue to rise to the top of the NCAA basketball mountain. On your home for Alabama basketball. Presented in part by BMW of Tuscaloosa and by Pearl River Resort in Choctaw, Mississippi.
Got timberland in West Alabama or East Mississippi? North River Timber Company has you covered. Since 2011, Courtney White, a registered forester, along with his expert team, have been managing timberland and harvesting timber across 4 West Alabama counties. They offer comprehensive timber management plans, reforestation services, and appraisals. Courtney White says timber is like money in the bank. Don't let your investment go unrealized. Call North River Timber Company today. Email them at northrivertimberco@gmail.com or call 205-242-5127.
Upgrade your driving experience at BMW of Tuscaloosa. A new BMW means quality, class, and sophistication, and it comes with a 4-year warranty and 3 years of maintenance. Visit them today and discover why so many drivers have already made the switch. Looking for a pre-owned vehicle you can trust? At BMW of Tuscaloosa, their transparent, no-haggle process ensures peace of mind. Plus, every pre-owned vehicle is reconditioned to meet the highest standards. BMW of Tuscaloosa. Take your dreams for a drive. Get ready, Tuscaloosa. The HBCU Athletic Conference 2025 Hope Credit Union Basketball Championships are taking over Stillman College. February 25th to March 2nd. It's not just basketball. The week is packed with fun. Join them for a tailgate, a cheer and dance showcase, and more. All packed into 6 days of championship hoops at Birthright Alumni Hall. Tickets are on sale now for the action. February 25th to March 2nd. Visit hbcuac.org for details. That's hbcuac.org.
Hey, I'm Martin Houston, and I want to tell you about exciting news happening at Box Eye Care. They moved to their new location, bringing you a brand new lab, stylish new frames, and a fresh look just for you. Enjoy their expanded frame inventory, competitive prices, and faster service, all with the same great level of service you've come to know and trust. Discover this full-service eye care at Box Eye Care's new location. With their in-house lab, they offer unbeatable value and one of the largest frame collections in town. Schedule your eye exam today and walk out with new glasses in less than an hour in most cases. Visit boxeyecare.com. That's boxeyecare.com, or call 205-342-0660. That's 205-342-0660. Visit them at 5003 Oscar Baxter Drive. That's Box Eye Care. Your vision, our priority.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Another beautiful day today with a sunny sky, the high 75. Tonight, increasingly cloudy with the low at 50. Tomorrow, a mixture of clouds and sunshine. We might see a few spotty showers during the day. Many locations dry. The high tomorrow 65. I'm James Spann on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 39 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Keep it locked into Tide 100.9 for more of the Martin Houston Show with Martin Houston and X's and O's Sports, Xavier Houston.
Welcome back into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier, man. We're live, local, ready to get things rolling right here on your home for Alabama sports. Hey, don't forget about the good folks over at North River Timber Company. North River Timber Company, LLC. Email them at northrivertimberco@gmail.com or 205-242-5127. Whether you need help with timber harvesting, appraisal, or land management, they're your source. They can help you. Courtney White and his team says owning land is like having money in the bank. Got a lot of topics to get to, X. We got Pat to get to on the phone lines. But Chris Martin made a statement that I wanted to address, and I agree and disagree with him. He says this is about the same thing as when Coach Saban complained about the no-huddle offense. I agree in the sense of people talking about it hurting players and injured players and things like that. But the difference to me, X, is if I'm watching a football game, if I watch a football game and I watch two teams and neither team does hurry up, no huddle, I don't notice a difference in how the officials do their job. But if one team hurries and another team doesn't hurry, I can see a distinguishable difference between how the official does his job for the hurry-up team versus the non-hurry-up team. And to me, that's the problem I have with hurry-up. To me, the officials should have a standard for how long it takes them to set the ball, okay? Because what I mean by that is, what if I don't hurry up a lot, but I want to hurry up? I have to then turn around and tell the official, hey, I'm going to hurry up on this play. Well, how do I do that? I can't. But the hurry up guy, they're going faster, they're running around, and that's not how they do their job. To me, they should have you will have the ball set by this time. And that shouldn't change. And that's Martin's opinion. It's that the difference between, but when I watch the tush push, that's just players. The officials have nothing to do with that play. They don't do anything different. They don't adjust anything. But when you do hurry up, the officials interfere with the game because they run around and they go faster. And I have even seen games where they have hurried up and then they didn't even do their own job right because they marked it, moved the chains, and it wasn't a first down because they were hurrying up for one team's benefit. That's the problem I have with the hurry up.
Yeah, no, that's a fair comparison, but not fair comparison. That is what they do for the hurry up team versus the non-hurry up team. But tush push it's line up play football. Right. Mano a mano, best man win, and Philly just better at it than everybody else. And you want the rules changed because your team can't stop it? Get some guys that can stop it.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you talk about creating an advantage, let's say it's 3rd and 1, and it's coming up on 3rd and 1, and the other team rushes out their team, and they put the big guys in. Then you go hurry up the next play, but the play before it took the officials 10 seconds to get the ball ready. Then you go, because you hurry up, they get it set in 5 seconds, right? And now you're out there against the heavy guys, the fat guy, whatever. That's creating an advantage based on the officials doing something different. That's my only complaint. But I do agree in the sense that's what Saban. But what did Saban do? What did Saban do?
Pretty different athlete.
He recruited. Okay, that's the way y'all want to play it. He became better at it than they did, and he figured out how to stop it. Right? Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying about the tush push. If you don't like it, you know it's coming. You know it's coming. Do something. Pat, you're in with Martin and Xavier. What's on your mind, sir?
Good morning, sir. Hey, I shouldn't be talking about Coach Oates at all, but my question is, did he go to see the Zen master, Phil Jackson, and actually figure this thing out, or is he going to tear our heart out again?
When did he tear your heart out?
Hey, against Missouri and against Auburn.
So your heart's repaired, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But I was thinking it's the exact same thing when Irwin Dudley was playing for Alabama. That I believed in him.
I don't think this is the same as back then. How many teams?
We went to the Final Four last year.
It's not just the Final
Four. Team is better than that team.
He got to they got to the Elite Eight.
Hey, Pat, this team.
That wasn't Irwin, though. That was Kennedy, Winston, and Davis and them. That was after Irwin.
About the same time frame. I'm a little off. Sorry.
Here's the point, Pat. I don't know if they're going to disappoint or not. All I see, the difference I see in the game, C.J. Watson pointed it out. He said he went to the game. He was in the house.
Yeah.
But the difference was it wasn't just that we scored 111 points. I said it on my show yesterday. If this team locks in on defense, their offense will explode. This team is a better offensive team when they play better defense because they score the majority of their points when they get the shot in the first 10 seconds of the play clock. Well, you get a lot more first 10 seconds of the play clock when you're getting turnovers, stops, and playing great defense. You don't get those when you are getting the ball out of the nets and taking them out of bounds because the defense has a chance to set up. That's the difference, Pat. And I don't think that there's anything Nate Oates can do different than putting them out there and emphasizing play defense. The last two games, the last 2 games have been because this team played defense at a high level.
Yep, I got you. Okay, so you think, and I agree that with them being able to shoot in the first few seconds that they're down the court, they seem to have a whole lot better result. And but wow, 111 points is
crazy.
I know that's not a record for Alabama, but it's got to be up there in the top 5 performances, is it not, offensively?
Pat, but we call the elephants off with 5 minutes to go in that game. I mean, we were trying to get Shark a shot the last 4 minutes of the game. We were trying to get Shark a shot, and what would happen is that was Mississippi State. That was the craziest thing. They kept D'ing up Shark because they knew that's what we were trying to do, and we ended up getting Holloway and Cheryl like 3 3-pointers. so it was like 102, and we were trying to run the clock out and get Shark a shot, and they kept D'ing him up, and I'm like, okay. And then because it was a play clock, we had to shoot it in Holloway,
right.
Huh? X?
No, I'm saying yeah.
Which was crazy a lot. So
it's absolutely amazing that when it's raining threes, you live and die with the 3-point shot. And last night they lived. Okay, all right, guys. Hey, y'all have a blessed day, and hopefully we got something for recruiting tomorrow. Bye bye.
Right.
I got you, Pat.
All right. Chase said, I was at the game last night. He was in the building. Chase, what did you think last night, man? It had to be crazy in that building. Is Chase there? All right, I'll share what he had to say. He said, let me tell you, Alabama was hitting on all cylinders, and Mississippi State wanted nothing to do with Alabama at all. It was defense, man. They had like it was so many times that it looked like Mississippi State was going to have a breakaway. X, they just took care of it. We'll dig into that game on the other side.
What's the record for threes? We hit 22 last night.
Yeah, that's the season high, but it's not the record. I know. I can't remember what the record is. I'll try to find it. But anyway, we'll be back on the other side. You're listening to the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. The phone lines are open. The Empowerment Strategy and Solutions Hotline, 205-342-9904.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. East on McFarland from Coker to Jack Warner Parkway, it's a 3-minute delay. North on Highway 69 from McFarland to Mitt-Larry Road, it's a 2-minute delay. Also on Highway 69 from Mitt-Larry Road to McFarland, it's a 2-minute delay. And watch for ongoing construction south on University Boulevard at 26th. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, I'm Lisa Baque.
Hi, this is Gene Poole. And this is John Poole. At Hudson Poole Fine Jewelers, being locally owned means more than just business. It means cherishing the relationships we've built and the trust you place in us. We consider it a privilege to be a part of your life's significant occasions, and thank you for the opportunity to help you select that perfect piece for your engagement, anniversary, or birthday. Come experience the difference of shopping local. Visit Hudson Poole Fine Jewelers, downtown Tuscaloosa, or at hudsonpoole.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Looking for unbeatable deals on a brand new ride? Get to Julio Jones Kia, where we're making touchdowns with huge savings.
Touchdown!
New Kias, price to move, low APR financing, top dollar for your trade. Drive home in a new Kia Telluride, Sorento, or Forte today with payments that fit your budget. And with Julio Jones championship winning service, you know you're in good hands. Hurry in today. Julio Jones Kia in Tuscaloosa, or visit us online at juliojoneskia.com.
Dixie Battery Supply takes care of all of your battery needs. Find the commercial batteries you're after and never feel powerless again. Come check out our Northport and Tuscaloosa locations or call us at 205-758-9190. And once again, power up all your devices by using Dixie Battery Supply, DixieBatterySupply.com. They offer reconditioned batteries starting at $39.99, and you'll find all the batteries you need. And don't forget to ask us about our golf carts. That's DixieBatterySupply.com.
Do you ever find yourself dreaming of something sweet and chocolatey? Wouldn't you love to have a great reason to indulge your chocolate desires from some of the best bakers and chefs in West Alabama? Then you're ready for Tuscaloosa's Death by Chocolate. Town Square Media and Family Counseling Service is proud to present Death by Chocolate. Get your tickets now for this unique event set to take place at the Tuscaloosa River Market on Thursday, April 24th, 2025, starting at 5:30 p.m. You can get your advance tickets by visiting counselingservice.org/DBC. Proceeds benefiting Family Counseling Service.
Visit the pharmacy at Midtown. That's the pharmacy at midtown.com. TJ and his team are looking for the opportunity to provide you with great services, including compounding, home delivery, and a whole lot more. You're looking for a great pharmacy that'll take care of all of your needs, including wellness classes, including health, and more. That's the pharmacy at Midtown. Call them at 205-579-9933. If you're looking for a great pharmacy, you need to try the pharmacy at Midtown. That's the pharmacy at Midtown, pharmacy at midtown.com.
Welcome back to the Martin Houston Show, the sound of Bama sports. Your show, your team, on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
All right. And I just see that my no sound, huh? I just went through that whole, but y'all should have heard that commercial. I'm telling you, that commercial was awesome. That was the best spot I have ever done. Since it was for my company, since it was my company, Empowerment Strategy Solutions, I'll just skip it and move on. Since it wasn't for one of my paid sponsors. That's hilarious. It was really good though. You should consider booking Empowerment.
Hey, the passion was there.
Yeah, you should consider booking Empowerment Strategies and Solutions for a lunch and learn. Oh man, that's too funny. Oh, all right. I don't even know. I'm so out of whack right now, X. Back to it, but X, basketball. Bama got the big win. Everything was working last night. I still have one concern, and that is Grant Nelson. I don't know. Stevenson showed he might be better off the bench.
Yeah.
3 guards last night. I still think Grant Nelson, we need to do something because, yeah, he had a couple nice dunks and finishes, but he also passed up probably 5 open threes where he just didn't pull the trigger, and then he tried to drive. He looked bad at times because he tried to drive and lose the ball, etc. So the Grant Nelson enigma has to get corrected.
Yeah, it does. It's one of those frustrating things because you're just waiting and wanting to see the player that we've seen multiple times throughout his career at Alabama, and we're just not seeing it on a consistent basis. 6.7 rebounds last night, had a steal, but we expect more. We expect 12, 14 points a game at minimum from Grant, and we're just not getting that.
Yeah, just you expect more out of him. But X, like I said, this team has a tough team in Tennessee. Tennessee was the darling of the SEC as far as rankings up until SEC play. Florida beat them. They've been they've been good, but they've had some head scratchers at times because their offense really is through one guy, mostly the transfer. And when he's off, this team can be beaten. Can this Tennessee team? We'll talk more about it, but let's just say that conversation because I think the Tennessee game, what we do there, will catapult us into the end of the regular season. Crazy to think about. Alabama has 5-3-1 remaining on their schedule as of today. Of course, I think Florida may fall. Florida and Alabama may switch positions next week. But Florida's lost to Georgia. So Blind Squirrel Sports, loving life over there. But really, X, would you rather Florida have lost or won?
I don't know. I mean, you look at the loss and go, well, what happens to them now? The win, the confidence is still high, and you believe in yourself. So it's kind of a toss-up on how I really feel about it.
Here's why I'm glad they lost. 2 games in a row. Listen to you. We complain about 9 and 12 for Alabama. In the last 2 games, Florida has trailed by 24 or more points to LSU and Georgia. They won against LSU, but they gave up 20-something points in a row to LSU. I mean, they literally was winning the game, fell behind by 20-plus points, and then last night they were down by 26 at one point. To me, if Alabama's playing defense and their offense is on, they can jump on this Florida team if they don't get that corrected. And that could have been from over.
They were beating, and then they were beating Auburn they were losing to Auburn when they came back and beat them.
Yep. So Alabama has a chance to jump on them at home. J-Rob, you're in with Martin and Xavier on the Empowerment Strategy Solution Hotline. What's on your mind, sir? Is J-Rob there? J-Rob? Hello?
Good morning, Martin and X. How you doing, man?
Doing good.
Good morning.
Hey, this Tush Bush, look, I gained a lot more respect for Joe Burrow when he stood up and said, hey, football is a violent sport. You're going to get hit. People get hurt. That's just the way it is. And I don't know what question to ask him, but he knows how it is. Football is a violent sport. What are we going to do? We're going to put flags in their back pocket, man, and take the pads off of them? I mean, the National Football League makes rules to help keep players from getting injured, and I have no problem with that. Anything to keep these guys from getting injured, I have no problem. But football people are going to get hit.
J-Rob,
the way it is.
J-Rob, I don't think that's what it is at all. I think
I've never seen anybody get hurt, but one guy, I saw Chris Jones get hurt in the Super Bowl, and I've seen quarterbacks get hurt on the quarterback.
And he kept playing.
I mean, but that if that counts, J-Rob, then you just need to stop playing tackle. That's what I'm saying. Here's what I think it is, J-Rob. The Taylor Swift effect. They are trying to. I'm being serious. The NFL has exhausted its reach in the male population of the United States of America. Okay? There's not a bunch of men that are all of a sudden going to start watching NFL football. There's not a lot of growth there, except for men growing up into it, right? So the next generation of sons is the next group of men that they have left to reach. Because most of the men who are going to watch NFL right now, with the exception of the kids, are watching it. So where do they go? They go after the women audience. And all of the rules that they're making is to make a gladiator sport more appealing to females, or to a foreign audience like the European, which is a less masculine society.
Well, they're pushed. You got ESPN. They're pushed. They're woke. They keep pushing this soccer on everybody, and they try to cram stuff like that down your throat, and I can't stand it. I don't know the whole rules, but it's still they're boring. But one more thing before I go, I know your guys are getting to the show, but that was the best defensive game Alabama's played last night in basketball. I love to see them play good on both ends of the court, and I know Grant Nelson is missing in action. I don't know what he's hurt. Is he hurt? I don't know what his problem is, but something's wrong. He's not himself.
If he's hurt, it's upper body, because he drives to the goal more than he ever has, but he won't shoot his three.
He won't, but he's there. He is getting knocked around like a rag doll, and
he reaches a lot on fouls. I mean, his fouls are ticky tack, like bad play.
What's going on with him?
I don't know.
Something's going on. But if we play like we did last night against these last three, I think we can win at least two out of the last three, and possibly three out of the last three. But y'all have a great show. You take care and roll Tide.
You too.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. If we win two of the last three, we're one seed. Unless we
if we play like we played last night, we win all three.
Yeah. We got to get the break here. X, your closing thoughts, because unfortunately, AC, we have to get to break because we have a caller joining us, our regular guest with Scotty Hollins. Apologize for that. Closing thought, X, before we get to break.
Yeah, no, I think Alabama has done well in basketball. Let's keep playing that way. We didn't get to really talk about it, but Bama bats are on fire. Hopefully we can dig into that conversation a little more. But these last couple wins have been really impressive, and definitely on the jump on women's basketball in the season that they've been having tomorrow. And, of course, I'll be back bringing some recruiting updates. Got a couple commits this past weekend, so Bama 2026 class is picking up.
Absolutely. Glad to have you back with us. We'll, as you said, hit some recruiting tomorrow. Also, we'll dig into some of those conversations. I want to thank all the callers and chatters for some of the conversation that they're having. I'll hit a couple of those, and then we'll bring Scotty Hollins in, Executive Director, Blueprint Ministries, on the other side for the Harvest Church Christian Moment of the Week.
Coming up on The Game with Ryan Fowler.
Coming up on the Wednesday edition of The Game, we're going to recap Alabama, Mississippi State. We'll do that with Aaron Torres. We'll also feature Pete Nakos, and we'll take your phone calls starting at 2 p.m. right here on The Game with Ryan Fowler on Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, your home of Alabama Crimson Tide Sports.
The longest running sports program in Tuscaloosa. The Game with Ryan Fowler. Weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Tide 100.9 Traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. A purpose-driven ride for your freeways and side streets right now. I do see a couple of slowdowns. Skyland Boulevard is one in particular, and this is moving right around Woodland Hills Drive. You definitely definitely have some delays in that area. 2059 is looking good between Skyland and McFarland Boulevard. And we're also moving nicely on Lurleen Wallace, both north and southbound between McFarland and 5th. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, Tammy Thomas.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Tap into your well-being with Audible audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Expand your life with expert insight and motivation for better health, habits, relationships, finance, and more. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Houston Hydrosteam. That's Houston Hydrosteam. Quality work you can stand on. Whether you're looking for carpet and upholstery cleaning, oriental rug cleaning, residential or commercial water damage, and a whole lot more, you need to call Houston Hydrosteam at 205-553-9460, 553-9460, or visit them online at houstonhydrosteam.com. And once again, Houston Hydrosteam is quality work you can stand on.
We aren't a winning school. We are a championship school, and we make legends. Join the Crimson Tide as they look to continue to rise to the top of the NCAA basketball mountain.
Oh, mercy! The one-handed flush!
Every game, all season, right here on your home for Alabama basketball, the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
If you're looking for a great place to watch the Bama basketball game, head to Grandstand in Temerson Square downtown. They have several TVs throughout the bar and restaurant to watch the game. Have one of your favorite drinks from the bar and order something great to eat from their menu, including pizza, sliders, wings, fries, onion rings, and more. Whether you need a place to watch the game or a place to hang out before or after the Bama game, make Grandstand your destination on basketball game days. Located in Temerson Square, downtown.
The Venue, your new favorite Tuscaloosa hangout, food, music, and more. Come and taste what's new at The Venue, whether it's Liza's Sweet Shop, whether it's the all-day breakfast and burgers from Ramajama's, or the quality food that you can get at Finish Pub. Great atmosphere, great time, great people, great environment. That's The Venue. You can find them online at thevenuetuscaloosa.com, located off of Watermelon Road, just past Sokol Park. That's The Venue, Tuscaloosa's new favorite hangout. Make it yours.
The I Love the 90s tour is back, featuring Vanilla Ice, Young MC, and CNC Music Factory, featuring Freedom Williams. It's the return of the I Love the 90s tour, Saturday, April 12th at Pearl River Resort Silver Star Convention Center. Tickets on sale now at pearlriverresort.com.
It's time for the Martin Houston Show. With the same hard-hitting, no-nonsense approach in which he played the game, Martin will take you inside the locker room, down on the field, and across the goal line with his in-depth analysis.
Welcome back into the Martin Houston Show. I actually have my mic on coming out of this break. That's too funny. Can't get over the last segment where I did that unbelievable spot for Empowerment Strategies and Solutions. But remember, at Empowerment Strategies and Solutions, we speak, we coach, we train, we assess behavior. And we have on that Empowerment Strategies and Solutions hotline, we have Scotty Hollins, Executive Director, Blueprint Ministries, for the Harvest Church Christian Moment of the Week. Good morning, Scotty. How you doing, sir?
Hey, good morning, Martin. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing well. Glad to have you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Man, it's been a fun week. I know you didn't have fun last week out in Missouri, not because of the game, but because at one point I think you said it may have been minus 120 degrees out there. But welcome back into the warmth of Alabama.
It was -5. It was -5 for real. Seriously.
You the man. Take it away, man.
Absolutely. Hey, guys, we want to continue our series as we kind of wrap up this series in our new year, Fundamentals That Build a Firm Foundation. One thing I talked about a little bit, but I've talked about this during this series. I want to revisit it kind of a little bit more in depth. I talked about the importance of fellowship. I want to get a little bit more precise in terms of a type of fellowship that we need. Remember, this series is Fundamentals That Build a Firm Foundation. So I think this type of fellowship is a true fundamental that we all need to build a firm foundation in our lives. And here it is. Everybody needs to be discipled. Okay? Everybody needs to have, Martin says all these services they provide, one of the services that they provide is coaching. And so when you talk about what discipleship is, it's basically having a coach. And I'm going to tell you, the best coach ever was Jesus. And in Matthew 4:19, he says, if you come follow me, I will make you fishers of men. Let me say it again. He says, if you come follow me. Martin, that sounds like a choice to me, right? You got a choice?
Absolutely.
If you come follow me, he says, I will. He's pretty certain. He's pretty confident in terms of what he's going to make you. He says, if you come follow me, I'll make you fishers of men. This was Jesus' recruiting message. Pretty good recruiting message, don't you think? The guy is such a good recruiting message, Martin, that the two guys that he's recruiting at that point, it says they immediately left their nets and they followed him, which means left their jobs. They had good jobs, you know what I mean? Or jobs that were paying the bills. And they're like, dude, this dude tells us if we follow him, he's going to make us something. And he's telling us what he's going to make us. He's going to make us fishers of men. Well, Jesus, guess what? He was a fisher of men, and he was fishing at that very moment for those men. And he caught them. And he's saying, if you come follow me, you will be like me. And so as you think about this recruiting message from the greatest coach to ever live, is Jesus saying, I got a plan for your life. And I want to lead you. And I want to serve you. Don't forget, this coach also said, Mark 10:45, I didn't come to be served, but to serve and to give my life as a ransom for many. And so when you think about this example, this call, this recruiting message, here's what I'm going to say. His point is, come follow me, and I'm going to make you something special. And so I think we all need discipleship, meaning we need somebody, a coach in our life who can help us grow, who can help us really become who we need to become. And the greatest thing we need to become, I believe, is as we surrender our lives to the Lord, is to become more like him. And so we need a person or people in our lives who look like Jesus and who can show us the way by their lives, but also who are going to, coach us, who are going to teach us, who are going to hold us accountable, who are going to love us, who are going to challenge us, who are going to serve us. But all of those things, Martin. And so I think a fundamental, and I could go a lot longer on this, and I'll actually do a second segment on this specific thing next week. But I'll stop there because I know you're going to have some. I want to give you a second to throw some stuff in there. But,
yeah, I love
to build a firm foundation is having a coach.
That's right. And a coach teaches how to not just do something, but how to rep or repeat something. Jesus taught multiplication, and I always like to think of it this way: 1 + 1 is 2. 1 + 2 is 3. Until you get to 2 + 2, it's the same, right? But what I'm trying to teach there is until you get to the point where you're actually replicating yourself, not just adding to yourself. Addition is sometimes more than multiplication. And people get caught up in addition versus multiplying themselves. Because once you hit 2 + 2, it's 4, and 2 × 2 is 4. But from that point on, 2 × 3 is 6, or 2 + 3 is 5. You have to multiply. You have to reproduce yourself. And that's what coaching discipleship is about. It's not just about adding someone. It's about what Jesus did, was getting people to not just be like him, but to be like him and do what he did. So I love it, man.
Amen.
I love it. Tell them where they can find you.
Amen. Absolutely. You go to www.blueprinttuscaloosa.com. You can send me a message there. Come straight to my email.
All right. Hey, that's Scotty Hollins. I'm Martin Houston. Remember this. Trust in the Lord always, and not your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. Roll Tide, everybody. We'll pick up these conversations and more right here on your home for Alabama sports on tomorrow. Roll Tide, everybody.
It's a celebration.
Thank you for listening to the Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.